Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 15 favourite movies from the year 2012. Yeah, this is definitely one of the better years for me. It was quite hard to narrow this down to 15. There are a lot of solid quality movies from this year. But yeah, managed to whittle it down to 15. As always as well, guys, these are just my personal favourite top 15 movies. Your list is going to be different, and so it should be. And of course, these are all in the release dates with accordance, with IMDb. And as always, I'm going to leave a full list down below of honourable mentions that didn't quite make the cut for me. So that being said, I'm going to kick it off with number 15. So coming in at number 15 for me, we have Silver Linings Playbook. Yeah, this is just a great movie with Bradley Cooper in it. Sort of this guy who's separated from his partner and he has to move back in with his mum and dad. And all they really want for him is the best for him, despite, having this horrendous breakup that he went through. It put him in sort of like an institution for a while. And yeah, it's just a really good, well-acted movie. It's not one that I go back to a hell of a lot, but I really do enjoy the performances in it as well. Robert De Niro's great in it. Chris Tucker's great with anything he's in my opinion. And of course, Jennifer Lawrence, it won her Best Actress at the Oscars as well, which I think she kind of won too soon. I think you kind of peak when you win that award, particularly at a young age. But yeah, it's still good. It's still got a really, like I said, a good cast, a good story. And I enjoy the movie for what it is. But like I said, it's not one I go back to a hell of a lot. So yeah, it comes in at number 15. So yeah, that's Silver Linings Playbook. So coming in at 14 for me is Chronicle. Yeah, this is a really solid independent superhero movie. Sort of follows these three friends who find this like mysterious entity and it gives them superpowers. And it's just about them, testing their powers, getting to grips with it. And unfortunately, one of them goes a little bit insane with with these newfound powers. And I won't say anything more about it, but it just leads, it's a great character descent, character study, this movie, and I just really, really enjoyed it. It's very independent, very low budget, but it does a hell of a lot, with, the limits that it has. And I just enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Yeah, really well acted film as well. So coming in at 14, we've got Chronicle. So coming in at number 13, we've got Looper. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome little concept to a movie that I just really enjoyed. This sci-fi sort of crime drama about, these loopers who are hired to kill people. But the twist is, with their job, that the last person they have to kill is themselves, because it's people who've been sent back in time. And yeah, it's just great to see, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as this looper in this role, and Bruce Willis, who plays his future self, who's of course sent back to be killed by his young self, but he ends up escaping. And yeah, it's a really, really awesome, well thought out sci-fi action film, and I just really enjoyed it. Some stuff in here as well that happens to another looper played by Paul Dano is just absolutely horrific. And yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it. Pretty solid movie. Emily Blunt's great in the role as well. And yeah, Blu-ray's got a nice lenticular slip on it as well, which is always a bonus. So yeah, that is my next pick at number 13, Looper. So coming in at number 12 for me is Life of Pi. Yeah, this is a visual marvel for me, this movie. It's just absolutely breathtaking to look at. It just follows, this zoo that wanted to be set up, and it had to transport all of its animals on this sort of sail barge. And the sail barge ended up getting caught in a storm and sinking. And it just follows this young lad who's trapped on this boat with this tiger. And the movie, it's the guy retelling this tale that he went through with this chapter in his life. But like I said, the visuals in this film are absolutely breathtaking. Directed by Ang Lee as well, who smashed it out of the park with the visuals. It's the movie's selling point. It's a great story as well. but my God, is it a treat for the eyes, this film. Absolutely stunning movie. Yeah, really, really well directed in my opinion. So, yeah, that is my next pick at number 12, Life of Pi. So coming in at number 11 for me, we have Ted. Yeah, just a great comedy from Seth MacFarlane. Really enjoyed it. It is pretty much about Mark Wahlberg and his childhood teddy bear, who ends up having this absolutely foul mouth. And yeah, it's just great. It's really funny, this film. I really enjoy it. I think the villain in this film, played by Giovanni Ribisi, is just hilarious. He just has this spoiled kid, and all he wants to do is steal Ted and make him his, so he can have it for his son. And it's hysterical. It really is. I really, really enjoyed it. It's Seth MacFarlane, so if you watch or love Family Guy, the humor of this is very, very much from the same machine. And yeah, it's just really enjoyable. It was up my street. I enjoyed it. I like the sequel as well, although I don't think it's as good. But yeah, it's just a fun, entertaining comedy movie. So yeah, coming in at number 11, we have Ted. So coming in at number 10 for me, cracking into the top 10, we have End of Watch, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. This was just a great, gritty, grounded cop drama film, which I just really enjoyed. It's sort of like a fictionalized documentary about, a day in the life of, these two police officers, these partners. And it's just really gritty. It's really awesome. The ending is just absolutely heartbreaking to this film. And I just really, really enjoyed it. I loved the realism about it. It was just really intriguing and really engaging. And the acting in it is fabulous. It's really, really fun to see these two actors bounce off each other. And you can tell that they did a lot of research and wanted to be for it to be as authentic as possible. And I just enjoyed the film. I thought it was really well done. So yeah, number 10, we have End of Watch. So coming in at number 9 for me, we have The Impossible. Yeah, this movie blew me away. I just thought it was excellent. Sort of retelling the tale of the tsunami that took place in 2004. And yeah, it's just about a sort of this British family who were there when it happened. And, it has the mother and the father and their 3 sons who were sort of broken apart by this, this horrific act of Mother Nature. And yeah, it's just about them. They've all managed to survive, and it's just about them reuniting from this tragic incident. And you watch the movie and you just think, oh my God, if only they'd stayed in the same place, just for a few minutes more, they would have crossed paths. They constantly miss each other in all of the chaos. And yeah, it's just absolutely harrowing. It's so well done. The effects in this movie are absolutely great. The tsunami itself, in the movie, as relentless and horrific as it is, it's just captured so well in this film. And yeah, I just think it's a fantastic tale. So yeah, that is my next pick at number 9, The Impossible. So coming in at number 8 for me, we have Dread, starring Carl Urban as the title character. Yeah, I don't really know anything, to do with Judge Dredd. In terms of the comic books, I'm not a comic book reader, completely hold my hands up to that. But the only thing I ever really associated with this character was the 95 Sylvester Stallone film. And I like that film for what it is. I enjoy it, I find it entertaining, I know it's flawed, I know it has its issues. But yeah, nevertheless, that movie for me is entertaining. I get a kick out of it. This one really was brought it for me, into the current time of 2012. And I really, really enjoyed it. I love the sort of the element to it, this high-rise building where this drug, whoever takes it, things are just slowed down for them. The way they kill people in this movie, the drug dealers, is absolutely horrific. They throw them off this building before, giving them, after giving them this drug. So everything they experience is in slow motion, and it's just absolutely horrific. And yeah, it's just a great action movie. Carl Urban's great in the lead role. Absolutely fantastic film. It's such a shame that there's just no word of a sequel on the horizon, because I don't think this movie particularly made much at the box office, at least not what it was, forecast to make. But nevertheless, it's a great, solid film. A movie, doesn't have to make a lot of money for it to be great, and this is proof of that. So yeah, that's my next pick, Dread. So coming in at number 7 for me, we have A Place Beyond the Pines. Ryan Gosling, Eva Mendes, and Bradley Cooper. Yeah, this is just a great tale, this one. A fantastic crime drama. Ryan Gosling's just absolutely phenomenal in this movie. Great follow-up to Drive, in my opinion. And yeah, it just tells this tale of this cop who... It's told over many, many years, the tale of this movie. And by the end of it, everything connects so well and makes so much sense. And it's just great without getting, into the plot too much, because I watched this film not knowing anything about it, and I was just blown away. I was connected. Really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, the story is kind of spread like butter across bread over time. It really, really is. It's just really, really does connect at the end when you see the big picture. And I just really, really enjoyed it. I had a fantastic time with it. So yeah, that's my next pick, Place Beyond the Pines. So coming up next for me, at number 6, we have American Reunion. I am a massive fan of the American Pie series, particularly the movies with the original cast. I loved all 4 of these films. And it was, it was big news for me. I was really excited to see they were doing a 4th film with pretty much all the original cast coming back, because the 3rd film, that's the problem the 3rd film has for me, is not all the original cast are there, but this one managed to bring everyone back. All the stars were aligned. Really, really was buzzing for this film, and I really enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast with it. It felt like a direct sequel to the original. I really, really enjoyed it. I just had an absolute ball with it. Everyone, was the same character they were in the first film. And I just had an absolute ball with this movie. The comedy was there. It was on point. Is it the best movie ever? Is it the best movie on this list? No, it's not. But for me, it just ticked all those boxes. I had a great time with it. Really, really enjoyed it. It's one movie on this list I probably rewatched the most, because I just have so much fun with it. With the series as a whole. This series is very, very special to me, the American Pie films. But it was just nice to see the cast, even if it was, potentially for the last time. Great to see them all back together, and I just really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah, that is my next pick at number 6, American Reunion. So coming in at number 5 for me, we have, from Disney, WreckIt Ralph. Yeah, just what a great premise to a movie. What a great setup. Great little cast of characters in this movie as well. About this sort of, a computer game, and the villain doesn't want to be the villain anymore. He's sick and tired of it. He wants to do his own thing, be his own person. But sadly, with wanting to do that, it does, it has a lot of consequences. And yeah, it's just a great, it's great to see this character of Ralph grow and, not be a selfish character and put, his friends first. It's just great to look at. And yeah, this movie for me has one of the best Disney villains. I absolutely love the villain in this film without giving any spoilers away. The motivations are completely there and completely justified. I loved the big reveal. I thought it was really creepy and really funny at the same time for a Disney movie. And I just adored the movie. I just love the pacing of it. I love the setting. This sort of, this computer game with, this race that has to take place. And yeah, I just love the film. Really, really enjoyed it. Really dug it. Very colourful, very bright, and a lot of fun. So yeah, that is my number 5 pick, WreckIt Ralph. So coming in at number 4 for me, we have the movie that won Best Picture this year, and it is directed by Ben Affleck, and that is Argo. I went to the cinema to see this, and I had an absolute ball with the movie. Absolutely enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Loved the story about, you know, these Americans who were trapped in this Middle Eastern country, and in order to try and get them back, what they would do is they would pass them off as Canadian, and you know, say they were send a group of people over there who were looking, you know, for filming locations, and the fake film that they were going to call it was Argo, to try and rescue these people. And it's just great. It's so tense. The third act of this film has you on the edge of your seat. Will they, won't they escape? And it's just brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Thought it was great. Ben Affleck, another home run for him as a director, in my opinion. Absolutely great follow-up to The Town. Really, really enjoyed this film. Thought it was great. Really chuffed it won Best Picture as well, because I don't think little movies like this would do that anymore, but oh god, yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast with it. So that is my number 4 pick, Argo. So coming in at number 3 for me is my favourite foreign film of all time. Yeah, and it is The Hunt. Yeah, I just admire this film so much. It just touches on an absolutely horrific subject matter about a primary school teacher who is accused of being a paedophile by one of his, you know, his pupils, his students, who's, you know, pretty much, you know, just above kindergarten age. And it's just absolutely horrific. All these rumors that spread about him, the way the townspeople treat him, friends are now enemies, and it's just anyone in that situation's worst nightmare. When you're an innocent person who's been accused of this, it is absolutely horrific, and the movie captures that so well. It's just so tragic. There's casualties along the way in this film as well, all because of a misunderstanding about, you know, a little lie that was told. It is absolutely harrowing and horrific. Incredibly strong and touchy subject matter in this film, but it's executed so well and handled with such care, and I just love the movie so much for it. It is a brilliant film. It's not an easy watch by any means, but yeah, it's just done so well. It's put together and pieced together expertly, in my opinion. So yeah, that is my number 3 pick, The Hunt. So coming in at number 2 for me, taking the silver medal, just missing out on the top spot, is Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. Yeah, what a great Western. Absolutely love this film. It is brutal as well. Touching on, you know, this character, Jango, played by Jamie Foxx, who is pretty much he's a free slave, and he wants to find his wife. And he enlists the help of Christoph Waltz's character, who poses as a dentist, but he's now a bounty hunter. And he's there to sort of, you know, help him find his wife. And it leads him to this plantation, and it's run by Leonardo DiCaprio, who is phenomenal in this film. Really, really turned the screw in his career at this point for me. As an actor, someone to be taken seriously with his performances, absolutely hammering it home. For me, it was his decade, the 2010s. Absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, it's just, it has all of the Tarantino things you would expect about it. The humor's there, the brutality's there, the dialogue is absolutely on point with, you know, all the characters, the ones that we spend a lot of time with, the ones that we spend a brief time with. It all works so well, and it just is a gorgeous, well-paced movie. Each scene, you know, is a lot of fun, regardless of what's happening on the screen. You enjoy it for the right reasons, or you enjoy it for the wrong reasons. It all works. It's perfectly stitched together, this movie, and I just love it. I just think it's great. Really, really entertaining stuff. I haven't seen it in a while, so I do want to sort of give this movie a rewatch, but yeah, absolutely great stuff. Really, really enjoyed this film. So just missing out on the top spot, we've got Django Unchained. So coming in at number 1 for me, we have Avengers, or Avengers Assemble as it's known here in the UK. yeah, I went into this movie at the cinema, not knowing what to expect. And this was the first MCU movie that I saw at the cinema. I remember that the movie was coming out, so I thought, well, okay, well, I need to catch up on the other movies. So I watched the previous movies that came out before this, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to expect something in the same vein as those movies. And I went to cinema. It was absolutely jam-packed, full of people, absolutely buzzing, and yeah, it was really up there as one of the best cinema experiences for me. Not the best, but definitely up there. Didn't know what to expect. Went in and yeah, captivated from start to finish. Really enjoyed where this movie went. Really loved where it goes. Absolutely phenomenal. Great to see, you know, this kind of movie be pulled off for the first time, of all of these ensemble characters that we've seen, you know, take the lead in other movies, be brought together in this culmination of this film. And it worked and it paid off. So entertaining. Amazing stuff. Absolutely just loved it from start to finish. What a treat of a film it was. To not know what to expect and for it to be as good as it was. I just absolutely loved it. Really, really up there for me. Solid film. And you've got to admire, you know, everything that sort of Kevin Feige and Joss Whedon did on this movie, because it really worked. It really paid off. The MCU as a project as a whole. But it was a great, you know, culmination for things to come as well. Because I just thought, how could things get any better than this at the time? And I just really, really enjoyed the movie. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. Great comic book movie. Great cast of characters. Great action. And a great villain with Loki as well. Absolutely enjoyed the hell out of this film. So entertaining. So yeah, that is my favourite film of 2012, Avengers Assemble. So yeah, those are my top 15 favourite movies from the year 2012, guys. Going to leave the video there and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.